What's going on, YouTube? So look what we got here today. You remember the Mustang. She's not 100% perfect yet, but we're over here at Davis Paint Collision right here, January 18th, and she is done. The alignment's done, the axle's replaced, wheels are replaced, the center caps I'll have to end up replacing. They're in the car. I still have to do the fender on this side, obviously, but it's really not that bad. But this fender's got to be replaced, and then this lower rocker panel right here needs to be replaced. Other than that, she's done. She's good to go. Alignment's good, runs and drives, and we're gonna take her home. All right, guys. So let's take her on her maiden voyage together. Immediately, I'm noticing a whole lot of slop in the steering wheel. Looks like we're gonna have to take it back. The steering wheel has an unbelievable amount of play in it. Look at this. Not acceptable. Alright, so just took the car on a 50-mile trip. First time I've taken it out other than getting it from the body shop and bringing it home. And it pulls itself off the road. And look at this. When you turn the wheel, it's supposed to auto-correct itself and go back to straight. When you let go, it just keeps turning to the left. It will not auto-correct. And I mentioned that to the shop before I took possession of it. It felt like there was something wrong. But look, here's the road, all right? And as you can see here, the wheel is straight. But when it's straight, we start going off the road. Now, if you let go of the wheel, which I have done, well, now it's gonna try to go into a curb. Let's find a place where I got a little more room here. This is just an empty parking lot at night. All right, so you can see the wheel is straight. Now watch what happens when we start driving. The wheel turns itself to the left, to the point we're going off the road. Look at this. And then instead of auto-correcting itself, it starts auto-correcting, but then it stops. And you just continue turning. Most cars would straighten out really quickly. This thing just keeps turning, and eventually it'll start straightening out, but it never fully straightens out when you release it. This is about as far as it goes. As you can see, we just keep turning. It will not auto-correct itself to straight. Get in any other car and the steering wheel will straighten itself out. If you want to straighten out, you have to physically take the wheel and straighten it, but even then it just starts drifting off. The wheel will not track straight. The car will not drive straight. On the highway, it vibrates badly. And so you can turn the wheel to the right and you'll see that it starts tracking back to the left again, as you can see by this split in the steering wheel. I don't know. I'm fed up. I'm about done with this thing. This car should never have been handed back to me. What's going on, guys? So I wanted to do pretty much a final video of the outcome of this Mustang. As you can see, she's back. As you can see, she is not wrecked. Unfortunately, I never did get to finish this fender right here, and chances are I won't. As you can see, it still has damage from where the front tire was slammed into it, and it's still missing the little plastic rocker at the bottom. But to be quite honest with you, I'm not overly concerned with that at this point. I'll do a quick walk around. You know, there she is. And there's the other one. Let's go ahead and fire it up. $96,000 miles. So, you know, there it is. It's alive. It runs, it drives. Unfortunately, I don't think this car is ever going to be the same again. And, you know, at this point, I put it up for sale. I'm just ready to get rid of it and be done with it. Alright, so basically the end story is the car is not right. It's probably never going to be right again, and I'm very dissatisfied with the service I received from Allstate and from Davis Paint and Collision. I'm not going to talk about this much. I know the video is already long, but I do want to give you a rundown of what happened. You know, basically I had to wait and wait and wait for Allstate to get something done. I finally got in touch with a guy who actually cared enough to put some effort into this and get this car into the shop and make sure, you know, they got it done in a reasonable and timely manner. Davis Paint and Collision dropped the ball on me many times, saying the car would be ready, and then it wasn't, and then they tell me to come pick it up, but it's too dangerous to drive. I had one guy at Davis Paint and Collision come out and try to tell me that maybe the new rack and pinion I provided to them from Ford Motor Company was defective. And I was like, well, that's really interesting. The new rack has the exact same problem that the old one had that was involved in a wreck. I don't think so. The problem's in the steering column. And I know how to build cars. And he looked at me and he actually said, I know how to build a fucking car. And I looked at him and said, guess what? I know how to build a fucking car too. Don't get shitty with me. It's not my fault that you didn't do your job. They tried to give me the car back where the steering wheel would literally turn like this and the wheels didn't move. Tried to tell me maybe it was like that when I brought it to him. Give me a break. I would have driven this car off the fucking lot if it was like that. Assholes. No. Davis Paint and Collision, this car was damaged November 24th, 2016. It is now February 13th, 2017. All right. No. Way too long to do the little bit of work that actually got done to it. So obviously the car still has issues. The steering still isn't quite right. It feels like the brakes don't feel like they used to, and it feels like the clutch doesn't feel like it used to either. I'm wondering if that's a hydraulic issue somewhere in the brake system or the slave cylinder. Somewhere there, it feels like there's definitely some kind of a hydraulic issue with this car because it is affecting the brakes and it's affecting the clutch. But with that being said, you know, yes, you can take it on the highway. Yes, you can drive it. Yes, it'll go 70, 80. I even took it up to 120 miles an hour because I was racing a Camaro. This car, honestly, this car in comparison to my new Mustang that's over here out of the picture, unbelievable, man. The new Mustang just rips the doors off this thing. It's crazy how much faster the new Mustang is than this one that's modded. It's really, you would have to drive both of them to get a true feeling for what I'm talking about. It's like two of these cars into my red Mustang over there. This thing feels completely weak to me now. And you know, I guess that's part of upgrading from an older car to a newer one. I still like the car. I still love the car. It's a good car, but I don't know if it's ever going to be the same again. And quite honestly, I'm done with it. So at this point, it is up for sale. If I can't sell it soon, I'm just going to go back to the dealer and I'm going to tell them. I did try to work with the state on the title issue, and the state basically told me the title is what it is, and without going through some more bureaucracy, I'm stuck. If something doesn't happen soon, I'm going to take it back to the dealer. I will finish it, and then maybe I'll do another update video because I'll end up replacing the fender and painting it. I'll paint it myself in the backyard. I have the equipment to do it, you know, and then I'll do another video showing you guys the finished product and then what happens when I take it back to the dealer. But I've had a lot of people asking about the Mustang and what's going on with it, and there it is. You know, it's been a nightmare. It has been a disaster since the time this car got into an accident. And it is about time for me to just take it back to the dealer and say, look, you know, here's the car, and you didn't tell me about the mileage discrepancy, so here it is. And if they want to pursue it, then we can go the legal route of dealing with the Attorney General and the Used Motor Vehicle Commission. I don't think they want to do that. I'm a good customer. I don't want to do that to them either. I bought a lot of cars from them, and you know, they're pretty good people. So I think this is just one car that they kind of got screwed on, and I got screwed on it as well. But at the end of the day, this is where we're at. So, you know, hopefully nothing else comes of it. But if it does, I'll be sure to do an update video and let you know. Until next time, stay safe out there.